what they don't tell you, being a dad on a budget and learning about Pokemon and trying to create memories with your children, is that your children grow up and they may not always be into Pokemon, and then you're the one with the Poke habit and you're trying to capture memories. And I struggle. I'm not perfect. I get short. I get tired. This year has been a big year for us, as far as filing for divorce, getting that settled. We're going to sell our marital home, getting into a house big enough for me and my kids. And then on all that, I plan to come to all 3 card parties, and we honestly struggled to make it to one. If it wasn't for my buddy, the Pokepack Reaper, we wouldn't have had a hotel to stay at. We didn't vend it all this year for things that were out of my control, so we were on a tight budget. I want to thank the people who traded with us. I know my trade binder isn't the biggest, and it's sometimes hard to humble yourself and ask for help. And the people that helped me complete my son's quest to get his XY promo Pikachu, which was a promise I made 2 years ago. And the biggest thing for me at this event is going to what I call the Dan TED Talk. And it was enlightening, because there was 4 people on the stage that I truly admire and I look up to. Of course, Pat, Alex, Dan, and I'm drawing a blank on his name, but it's my brother that goes live. It seems like every dang day. And you know what? Hold on. I got his card right here, and it's gonna jot my memory. Hold on. Whoa, sorry.
That was nice. It did look.
And now I can't find the card. Sorry, guys. Wait, it's in here. Here we go. Well, no, that's Mini's thing. Of course, when you need something, you can't find it, right? Oh, here we go. So, my man, Card Party 4. I got his card from last year. Trainer Spree. There you go. Trainer Spree. And he was part of the panel, and it was super cool because they talk about, relativeness and putting things in perspective. We got to 1,000 followers like super fast because Mini at Collecticon, through the Clover Brothers, who are great friends, at least in my book, and mentors to me. And they gave him a free pack, and he pulled the Beho Pikachu, and that started our journey. We got to 1,000, and then in the last 18 months, I've been, posting every day, grinding, trying to create content. In the process, Mini decided, he really doesn't want to be on camera. And, here I'm all invested, and I'm trying to build this channel for us. And then I'm trying to be like, look, this is the digital diary for the kids. So when when I'm said and gone and in the meeting in the sky, they can always look back and be like, oh, my dad was a nerd, and see things that I struggled with, and my highs and my lows. Something I want to share with you guys. Ever since the whole Pikachu thing, there's certain cards I won't ever sell. And it wasn't my card not to sell. Mini sold it because that started his whole venture. But there's times when we pull cards that are going to be a part of my forever memory. And for Card Party, these are going to be my forever memories, because these are the only time me and Mini pack battled on the floor. I pulled this one, which he likes these type of cards because he says it reminds him of me when I don't have coffee, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. And he pulled this one, and it just reminds me of, my son's always exploring. He's always out there in adventure. And then, my 3 most prized cards ever. My daughter gave this to me because I'm a Garbage Pail Kid. That's when I was growing up. That was my TCG. Then the Captain Pikachu, because my son knows I like Pikachu, and I want to actually get a Van Gogh one day. This is my most prized card ever. He drew it, he taped it up to protect it, and then I put it into this little guard that Slim Rips gave us. And he drew me another one. So I share all that because this weekend, our first card party, we were vending. I had not a bunch of money. I wasn't like vendor heavy, but Mini had raised $2,000. He actually raised 1,000, and I told him I would match it. And this year, our whole budget, including hotel, was a little bit close to 1,000. And he wanted to trade, and then he tried to do a trade up challenge, and no one was really doing it. And then he got into a bad trade where someone sold him or traded him promo. It was a great promo, but it was damaged. And then they tried to tell him that it was a error card, and it made me sad because Mini's 11, and he traded out of it, but he was honest with who he traded. Said, look, there's damage on the back, and you know what the coolest thing about this whole adventure has been is that last night my buddy, I can't remember his name, but I met him here night one. We were all trading, and the trading floor here, and it's not the organization's fault or anything like that, but the trading floor has become the expo floor 2.0. The vendors all get there early for the most part. They set up on all the tables, and then there's trading. And mind you, these are kids and fellow collectors who are coming, and they're trading at 60, 70, 80%. They're selling still product at market, which is cool. Hey, that's your hustle. I'm not mad at it, but this is supposed to be a trade night event where people come and trade, and it's not supposed to be at a discount or percentage. It's like we're coming here to trade. And this fellow dad, he pulled the kids into the main hall where they were doing the events, and we had like a true trade night where it was just kids and adults we were just trading. There was no, I'll give you 80% or I'll give you 60%. It was, hey, I got this card, you got that card. And to me, it really, excuse me, I'm kind of hungry. It was really about, that's what this is an event about. And one of the contestants who are content creator told Pat, this is the best card event in Pokemon. And he goes, oh, thank you. And of course we all clapped because it's true. And he said, this is like summer camp for Pokemon players in TCG. And that's what it's about, man. You come here and it's about the community. It's about making new friends. Like, there's this kid that we met last year in Seattle, and I didn't put two and two together because I got old man brain. And we were at the main event last year, and he was talking to Dennis and trading. And sure enough, he had a great card, right? Like, it was a heavy hitter card, like worth a lot of money. I can't remember how much it was, but it was a lot. And he just had it in his binder unsleeved. And I was like, oh, the Van Gogh. That's one of my chase cards. Oh, and that's one of his chase cards. You go, look at that. He got a Van Gogh, and he got is that a gold star?
No, it's Delta Species.
Delta Species. Look at that, guys. And that's what this is about. It's about getting your stuff, chasing your dreams, and making the most of it. And the cool thing about it is that you be here and you get to meet these people. And so when I met this young man, Mini, I told the dad, I said, hey, I'm not being disrespectful, but I gotta let you know your son has a really heavy card. He's got some great cards in there. You need to sleeve it, and you got to be real careful, because he was going to do a trade with Mini. Unbeknownst to him, that was really one-sided. Sorry. My son is my son. He wants to be first in line. So we're camping out 2 hours before the event. I don't know. And I saw him this year, the young man I was talking about. And here's the thing. I didn't recognize him. Like, I remember her face, but I couldn't remember his name. And I was playing my attempt at trying to be a TCG player, which I'm still going to do. Pidgey Boy is going to help me build a deck. But and I was sitting there, and I was looking, and I heard something about his voice. I said, wait a minute, you're the kid from last year in Lion. And he goes, yeah, you and your son were really, really nice to us. And I said, oh my God, I'm glad to see him here. And we even did a trade, and that's what this is about. It's about finding those people that you connect with. And even some of the content creators we're talking about, like some of their best friends that they met in the hobby were met at Card Party. And you also see people's true character, and it just makes me sad, because I got into this to be with my son. I got into this to grow and learn, and now I'm playing the TCG, and I'm trying to be a part of the community and trying to give back. Mad shout out to Tabletop out of Seattle. They're helping a dad learn how to play Pokemon. And I just want to see something. I don't know. I struggle, man. And I was sitting in this TED Talk, and I was crying because they were playing the Umbreon video showing behind the scenes. And I was feeling like a failure, man. I felt like a failure as a dad because I didn't have all the money I had last year. Or I'm not as far as I think I should be in creating the content, And then I'm thinking like I'm a dad on a strict budget, and I just moved us into a big house, and I literally doubled the output of what I'm paying because I went from a $1,900 rent to a $3,000 rent, but I got rid of my storage, and I struggle. And I want to make sure that I provide the best life for my kids, and at the same time I want them to know how much I love them. But this isn't easy. Like I am doing this with the help of a lot of people in our corner that are helping us out by that helped us find a home, helping us with trucks and trailers and their time and their knowledge and asking for favors to help people help us, and not always going the way we want it to, and it just blows up in our face. And I'm sitting in this TED Talk, and I'm like literally bawling over this Umbreon video because Pat being Pat is helping somebody out and I want to be that guy. Like, I started this Love Wins nonprofit after Route 91 because I believe a random act of kindness will change the world, and it literally has gone from this big organization to it's just me and a few people who are just putting along. And if we help one person, like I always said, if we help one person in the world, then we changed it. And if it's just my kids, then I've done my job. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle because I'm praying for their mom, I'm praying for us, I'm praying for them, and I'm trying to be the best version I can be. And then I come to an event like this and I feel so less than, because this right here, and they talked about it in the TED Talk, where you're comparing your day one or your page one to somebody's chapter 10. And I struggle with that a lot. Like, I am coming on here to tell you guys, like, I post videos and I try to edit and try to I'm not trying to be like everybody else. Everybody else is opening packs, and I'm not knocking it. I just can't afford it in our fine product. Like, my life has changed drastically in the last 6 months, where now, hopefully I don't need surgery on my foot, but if I do, that means I'm going to be out another 3 to 4 months. And I want to make sure that I can provide for my kids, and I want to be there for my kids. Are you done, buddy? And I want to spend time with them, and I want to make memories, and I want to be able to show them that if you set your mind to something, you can do it. And right, I'm setting my mind to building this library of content for them, so that when I'm gone, they can always look back at it, and always look back at it and know that Dad never gave up. And if you guys are commenting, I'm on my phone on Streamlab, and I don't know how to read the comments. Like, I'm still learning. Like, on the computers, I think they pop up, but I don't know like where. Wait, here, chat. Okay, it's not coming up to chat. Sorry, guys. I don't know. But if you are commenting, know that I will look later, and I appreciate everybody. But, it's just a matter of just not giving up. And, I was in this TED Talk with people that I admire, and they were like, just be relative. Like, Pat was like, this room holds 2,000 people. And someone was like, I got 2,000 followers. And I'm like, I'm struggling to get to 1,800. I was so excited the other day. We finally got to 1,750. And I was like, oh my God, we're 1,750. Because, after we got that initial 1,000 from the Clover Pop, it was just me posting.
This is the over.
And Mini. And, he doesn't like being on camera as much anymore, And I think my drive to make this something kind of pushed him away a little bit. And I had to look at that. I did a video on it. Like, and he didn't open packs for months, and just recently as he started opening again, and I appreciate those moments. And I let him tell me, hey, can we put this on camera? And I've been talking to a lot of people that I admire this weekend, and they talk about it's about the memories, it's not about the cases, and it's about spending time with your kids and doing things off camera. So this weekend, first card party, I came in with an agenda. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to meet everybody. And what I did differently this year is my binder, because they give you a binder like this and like this year. This is Mini Minis, but my binder, the only people I put on my binder that I asked to sign were people that that I feel that have inspired me in my journey this year. You know, my mental health is a big thing. Like, you know, I struggle with depression. I just struggle with self-doubt. I struggle with feeling less than. I struggle with feeling like a failure sometimes. And I go to therapy every 2 weeks. And I talk to somebody. I have mentors. I have people that I reach out to. And I want to be that guy who is a leader in the community and also honest about his struggles at the same time. Because not every day is a winner. Hold on, guys. I got to take a bite. You know you're a parent on a budget when you don't really buy food for yourself. You see what your son doesn't want to eat because you know he's not going to eat everything. If you can relate, give me a thumbs up. You know what I mean? Plus, I don't eat very much as I used to because I had the gastric bypass. You know, and I just wanted to come on here and be honest. You know, it all looks like bells and whistles and all this cool stuff, but man, sometimes it's a daily struggle, and I want to commend my fellow creators who were able to create and post while they're here. Like, it was all about spending time with Mini Mini, and I took a lot of my energy. You know, at the end of the day, I was beat. I didn't have any energy to edit or cut. Like, that's why the last 2 days, it's just been a video of me talking. And then, you know, Alex was talking today on the menu, on the video, on the TED Talk, as I like to call it. He said, you know, you have to find your lane, be authentic, be relatable. And that's what, you know, I did a video the other day, not too long ago, about the 3 things that I think it takes to be a content creator. You know, it's you know, relatability, reliable, and real. And he talks about, and Dan talked about that, like being relatable, like showing the wins and the losses. And like, it seems like this last year, I'm being melodramatic, okay, is that I feel like everything's been a loss. But the truth is, it hasn't been a loss. It's been a lot of growth because I haven't given up. I haven't, you know, succumbed to the mental health issues that, you know, would paralyze me for days, for weeks, for months, even years. You got to catch them all. And sorry. I'm going to the bag because I need a battery charger. And my buddy Steve from Seattle gave this to Mini Mini, and Mini Mini.
I knew like your friend.
Yeah, he's my real friend. Like I've known him for 9 years now, and we've gone through some stuff, and you know, he's been there every step of the way. And sorry, I need to get my my charger. And you know, this is what this journey is about, man. It's about finding your tribe, finding your vibe, and, you know, collecting what you enjoy. And sometimes it's not what you enjoy. A lot of people don't enjoy. You know, it's just going to be you looking for that, you know, oddball licky tongue. It's you just, you know, hanging with your friends, trying to create memories. And it's going to be just you, you know, staying up late night, putting your trade binder together. It's going to be just you trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. It's just you putting yourself out there and being vulnerable and being willing to fail. You know, like I always have the mindset that I'd rather fail in public so someone can learn from my mistakes than, you know, fail in private and everybody think I'm perfect. Like, I'm not, man. I've made mistakes. You know, I've been married twice. Both marriages ended up in divorce. You know, and I have a part to play in the divorce. You know, we have 4 kids, 2 biologically, and we're a blended family. And my oldest one doesn't talk to me. You know, and why she doesn't talk to me is, you know, Nanny would always say, you want to know someone's true character, lend them money or get sick. And unfortunately, I had to learn that lesson very hard and very personally, and that's why I try to be a man of integrity, you know, even though sometimes I fail miserably. Not of the integrity part, but just falling short of my own expectations. And that's the problem too, expectations. What are your expectations? Are they realistic? Are you being too hard on yourself? Are you sharing the truth? Are you sharing your truth? You know, my old sponsor, who's more of a mentor now, would always tell me, you know, once you know your truth, then you're really growing, and live your truth. You know, my truth was when I came into this hobby, I tried to be like everybody else. I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be Deep Pocket Monster or Alex Ketchum or you know, whoever was hot. And, you know, the one thing I noticed today in the show and as well as content, like everybody's getting on whatever's hot. Like, oh, we're going to do the trade down challenge or the trade up challenge or XY, you know, the dollar or the 1-star reviews. I don't want to be that guy. Like, there's enough people in the hobby who are doing that where they don't need another one. But then what's my story? What's my niche? I'm a dad on a budget who struggles daily with, you know, depression, and I'm a dad on a budget who is trying to find a space for him and his son to connect. Hey, Bubby, grab your phone, please. I'm a dad on a budget who somehow ended up with a pokey habit because my son messed around and showed me a Gengar video, you know, and here I am 2 years later, you know, wearing a Pikachu hat that my friend gave us that he wore for about a week, and then he moved on to the next one. I'm like, you know what? I really like this hat, and I've got a lot of compliments on it this weekend. So it's been a journey, and you know, my goal is to go live every day around 5-ish. It's obviously a little early. It's a little early, obviously, because we're going to be at the show and trade night afterwards, and then we're going to go home. And, you know, back to the grind. I got to move us. I got to get us settled. You know, my daughter and my friend are packing us right now. And, you know, then you got to buy, you know, life shows up. It's not, you know, I have a full-time employee. I'm on, I broke my foot, and now they're telling me that I might most likely need surgery because it's not healing correctly. I got an MRI done, so I'm hoping that nothing's torn or ripped in there, but it's continuous pain. But then my doctor took me off the boot because he said you need to put pressure on it, and my foot is like swollen. I share all that because this is who I am. Like, I am a dad who is struggling, learning how to be a single dad and a single parent, and then at the same time learning how to navigate dating again, learning how to be a man of integrity, learning how to lead by example, and learning how to truly understand what it means like to just be all in. And I'm all in on this content creating. I'm all in on being available. I'm all in on pushing myself. I'm all in on learning how to be the best version of myself. And it's hard, man. My biggest critic is me. I push myself because I have unrealistic expectations of myself. And one of the hardest things I've had to learn was that, you know, I'll give anybody grace, but I need to learn to give myself grace. And I need to be honest with myself and be like, you know what, that's not realistic. You know, I came in a couple weeks, I'm like, I need to have X amount of dollars so we could have a good time. And realistically, we came in on such low funds. If it wasn't for a friend helping me out, I don't know how we would have done it. And then I still had to put the deposit down. I still had to buy a fridge. I still have to get a electric dryer. I got to rent a truck. And then I'm somehow, you know, and here's one thing I'm really proud about. I stayed with under my $41 a day budget. There's a video I'm going to be posting telling you why I was only allowed to spend $41 every day here at Card Party. And at such a big event, that is not easy. But I got a huge amount of cards for my master set. So I'm going to create a video on that because I know a lot of people are, you know, they like my master set journey. You know, it's something simple that everybody can do. Yes, some of the cards are almost unattainable, but you know what? Putting it all together, and I'm asking people for beat up copies. Like, I don't care. You know, I need to get the Charizard or the Bubble Mew or whatever. Something crazy that costs thousands of dollars. I don't care if it's been through the washer. If it shows the card design, I will take it. And I just.
It's definitely not hot. It's at least heavy. I'll take this.
Hey, what happened?
Just look at my card. I don't grade conditions, so I was just looking at it. You can take a look at it.
Oh, no. Oh, you're trying to get it, son?
Yeah, he's one of these. It's a Radiant collection.
Yeah, he said, so Mini last year his goal was to get gold stars, and now he's trading to Radiant. Oh, Radiant, is that part of the shinies?
I'm gonna put that as a piece you guys.
Is that part of the shiny set?
No, I mean there is one.
Yeah, so
I'm
yeah.
getting that for a bite.
It's all good, Bubby, as long as you're responsible with the trade. And that's the cool thing about this. For the most part, people in the hobby, they look out for the kids. You got some real You got some douchebags who try to take advantage, like the one person who. So, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for 25 minutes of me rambling. I hope you got something from it. I hope you understand that, you know, content is most people show the highlights. I try to show everything, and you know, I'm trying to get better at it and just being real. You know, I'm gonna be as real as I can possibly be, and sometimes it's gonna be ugly, sometimes it'll be great, and sometimes it's gonna be like, what the hell was he thinking? You know, I have people in my life who have chosen to take a step away, and that's fine too. I love everybody right where they're at, and I realize that sometimes our journey is only for a season or a reason or a lifetime. And I'm learning to appreciate the people that are in my life and see everybody for where they're at. But at the same time, I have to learn to let people go no matter how much I love them and how much they mean to me, because there's a reason that they're no longer a part of the circle, and that's okay too. It doesn't mean they're I love them any less or they love me any less. It's just our stories have hit a pause or maybe have ended altogether. But you know, the one thing I do know is that I'm not going to stop trying to be the best person I can be. I'm not going to stop trying to put myself out there and be open to the possibility of life happening in a faster moment and changing. You know what's cool is that the people here at Card Party know me and my son by sight and some by name, like the staff members and stuff like that. And it's cool when people see you. Like, that's the whole point of life, is seeing somebody heart to heart. Like, I'm known as, people here, I give high fives and I'm like, I'm a hugger. Because if I feel a connection with you, I'm going to hug you because I appreciate you. And I want you to know that you mean something to me. And I can't change the outcome of life, but I can just be present and hopefully be a light of positivity for you. I had to get that off my chest, man. I hope you guys understand that. If you're subscribing to our channel, I appreciate you very much. I love that you've chosen to take 2, 3, a minute, 3 minutes, 60 minutes out of your day to watch some of our content, because I'm just trying my best to put raw, honest stuff out there and be real with what's going on. All right, so I just hope you guys have a great time. Card Party 4 is in the books. This is the final show, and we are getting ready to go. Thank you, Bubba. And this is the card show for here, so that's cool.
Yes, last year. Because look, he pulled it.
Yeah, he pulled. Oh, that was from last year. That's when Team Ruby came to Team Sapphire and beat us by 5 points. Epic moment.
No, we won by
It was 5 points, literally.
There was like 5 cards we could beat.
No, there was only one card you could beat us, and you pulled it. Trust me, because me and Pokepack Reaper were talking smack the whole time, and literally we're like, wah wah wah. All right, guys, appreciate you.